Hey guys, yeah, I'm pretty pissed off at the moment because when I logged on this morning I found that pineapple seeds have crashed, and yeah, as you can see I'm stuck with an absolute ton of them, and yeah, it is my fault, and it just goes to show how risky merching can be, and it's pretty silly to get big headed and do sub merches like this. And if you look at the graph, comparing it against other peaks, it seems really low, and I was expecting to be able to hold them for a few more days at least. I mean, the reason could be that more and more people are becoming aware of merch clans and selling earlier, and since JaGeX is doing absolutely nothing, merch clans could probably come to a natural end. And it is even more annoying that this is the first merch I've done in months. I mean, I used to merch quite a lot, and I used to make quite a few vids showing what items to merch, but I haven't made any recently because I've just not been merching. And I get some people commenting on my channel and stuff saying that I don't deserve my cash because they just think I sit on my ass all day and just merch it. Well, you're really wrong, because I hardly ever merch, to be honest. I mean, most of the time I'm runecrafting, and I've got over 17 mil runecrafting experience now, and that just totally proves that I've worked pretty damn hard for all my money. And because of the pineapple seeds, I could potentially lose anything from 50 to 100 million, and it's pretty gutting since I spent solid hours runecrafting for it, so hopefully I'll eventually be able to make it back. And this brings me on to my next point about the summer crash. And I thought the summer crash started a few days ago here, as you can see on the graph, but it's strangely recovered, but I think this is only going to be temporary. Now, looking at the Saradom and Sword graph, as you can see, the rise here is probably because of PvP, but also because of the summer demand, so it could potentially drop a lot, don't you think? Last year's market crash is now referred to as the Market Dip 2008, and according to the RuneScape Wiki, it began on the 20th of August 2008, and it lasted until mid-September 2008. Now, this is nearly exactly the same time this crash happened here. This caused most items to experience an all-time low price. The worst affected items were mostly God Swords and God Wars armor, so basically any high level armors and weapons, so that would include everything from barrows, Saradomin swords, dragon fire shields, dragon fire helms, whips, etc. The main reason of the summer crash would be because of school starting, and this would mean much more people than usual will be selling their high level items since they won't be playing as much. There's also less people going to be buying these since most people set high 99 goals as just a summer goal. I've linked the RuneScape wiki in the description of this video about last year's crash, and it's actually quite interesting, so feel free to go read it. And yeah, I'd appreciate if everyone could post a comment with your opinions on what you think of this year's crash. Now personally, I think it's quite unfair that high level items can drop so drastically, and some of these, such as the Dragon Fire Shield, dropped over 2 million GP in just one day. Now if you think of it this money wise, we spend hours and hours trying to make 2 mil cash, and it's just really unfair we lose that in just a single day due to the market changing. It just doesn't seem very fair, does it? However, the panic of the summer crash could potentially be making it worse than it actually is, and it causes a domino effect with people selling their items at min price, and this encourages more and more people to sell their items at min price. But this year could be very different, and with so much inflation caused by the PvP artifacts and the 76k pumping in loads of cash, it might not be as bad. There's also the factor of possible merch clans, and the rich clan leaders can just start buying out in items such as Bandos, and it will turn many other people into start buying in hope that it'll start rising again, so it could be counteracted that way. And there's also so many wannabe merchants, so to speak, and whenever an item goes anywhere below its natural price, people will just start buying it again in hope that it'll rise, and it's just causing a really unpredictable graph and lots of fluctuations. So the summer crash graphs might not look like the usual unstoppable dropping line like last year. So I think it's definitely safe to say that the summer crash won't be as predictable as usual. So yeah, please post a comment on what you think. Alright, thanks for watching.